Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today I'm going to be doing a lot of mining, if you will, making a tunnel, perhaps making a very long tunnel for a very long time. Yeah, today's live stream is going to be tunneling. I've got myself some food, I've got myself some shulker boxes to store the stuff in. I don't have any pickaxes yet, but I can enchant one when I get 11 and a half more. It's just going to be a big on mining stream because I like mining, you like mining, well I mean, I hope you like mining, because if so, you've tuned into the right video. So hi, hello, welcome to another live stream. This is going to be one of the fun, chill and talk kind of things. I like basic tasks in Minecraft sometimes because although they're, they can be dull if you're like focusing 100% on them, they're fun because they allow you to, talk about things like the universe or the great man theory, which is something I've been really like, I don't know, thinking about a lot recently and stuff like that. So also, hello everyone. We got so many hellos. Hello Elliot Gaming. Hello Kiana Duncan. Hello, I can't even like, there's lots of names scrolling through right here. Quantum Gaming. Hello Elite Capcan. See, while I was flying right there, I couldn't read names as well. And that's the interesting duality of streams. Like, there are some tasks which take up a lot of your mental effort in the game, and there are some like chat tasks which take up a bunch. Again, I still don't know if this is just me, like, maybe everyone can play games and talk about stuff. It's usually like a, the stereotype is that like women can multitask and men just totally can't. Maybe that's what it is, like, it's my silly, genetic ability not to speak and also do stuff at the same time. But yeah, we're making a big old cave, a big old tunnel, and I've already done most of the work, but it's going to connect up to the stronghold in my world, because I wanted to connect that eventually anyway, and it makes sense to do it now, right? So, yeah, anyway, hello, I'm IBX Toycat, hello, Jack P, hello, Mr. Swirly, how's everyone doing today? You having a wonderful Wednesday evening? It's like 11 PM. I set the stream to go live at 11:11, and obviously, streams never go live at the perfect right moment, but still, I thought we came pretty close, which is somewhat impressive. So, yeah, cheese sticks in here. Lost my instant for a minute. We got more hellos coming in. See, it's nice. Like, usually we start with hellos and then everyone fades out. But you know what, today, let's make it a hello stream. Like, one of the most overrated and underrated parts of a conversation is the greeting, right? Like, there needs to be a moment in every conversation just be like, hey, I enjoy this moment where we're not talking about anything yet, but we enjoy each other's company. And then when you do talk about something, it's going to be important. Like, there's like a value to be had in that. Not much value, but there is value to be had in that. So that's the thing. Why not make a tunnel in the nether to make the journey shorter? I already have a nether link. Again, so this sounds like a really silly thing to do, because I already have a link via the nether to do this exact same thing. However, the key difference here, at least as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that the key difference is that the nether link, it's, you have to go in and out of the nether, and sometimes you don't want to do that. Sometimes you just want to ride a minecart over, and that's what this is going to be for. And honestly, I might not use it very often, but still. Also, thank you very much, Christian Ingmar Kjosvik, for the... I always have to say it that way, like, with a little bit of a Scandinavian twang on the end. But he asked, how many straws have you got today? I've got 4 straws here. I think that's a reasonable amount. I decided to go light on the straws today. Don't you guys worry about that. But yeah, but in case you're curious, I'm actually going to pour a drink right here in front of you, just to show how casual this stream is. Like, it's so casual, guys, that we'll open a can of, this is Iron Brew Extra. Oh, this isn't widely available outside the UK, I don't think. It's Scotland's most drunk drink, and it's, like, famously Scottish. It looks this colour. Hopefully that gives you a good idea. Oh, it actually kind of looks like, I guess the name brew might make you think that it's beer, but it's not like beer orange, it's bright orange, right? Like, the same colour as an orangeade. It's more orange than orange, I always say. But funnily enough, it has no flavour of orange whatsoever. That's very environmentally responsible. I try my best. My plan was, what I have here is, because someone's gonna, inevitably, every stream someone's like, well, you see, the problem with this is like, if you just didn't drink through plastic, then the environment, the world would be saved. And for those people, I'm gonna open up another straw every time someone complains. So, like, I've got myself a straw here wrapped in plastic. So, I'm hoping that's my genius way to get back at those people. But having PTSD flashbacks to drinking that. Yeah, I'm a big believer in the Iron Brew. Like, also thank you very much, that one Spanish duck. Is there only one duck in Spain? Are you like 100% of the duck population? Only 4 straws, pathetic. I like how we've reached the point now where, like, we apparently have passed the age where You know, like that we've passed the point where people even start like complaining about the straws, and we're now in the stage where people complain there's not enough straws. Which I mean, like, again, I feel like that means we've made some progress in the right direction. Like, oh yeah, now we can start realizing that drinking a drink in an effective way is more important than vague ideological, goals that don't even line up with quality. But I also think it's kind of interesting. So, fun fact, I've seen this in chat so often, and it kind of relates to what I wanted to say. Because today, like I said, one of the things that's been in my mind that I want to discuss at least a little bit is something called the Great Man Theory. I'm going to get sidetracked about 10 times before I get there. Open 10 straws now, am I calling the vegans? I mean, like, vegans can drink out of plastic straws, right? Like, that vegans aren't anti-plastic. Like, there is a stereotype of a person who is, like, the people who are most anti, or like, I guess, yeah, anti-plastic, pro-environment, are usually also stereotyped as, like, the vegetarian, vegan, like, hippie, something, something, something. But, I would say there's a lot of people just in regular life who don't like straws and therefore don't. It's kind of like, I don't know anything about for instance, the way highways work in Spain, like car-based transport in Spain. But I wouldn't be like, Spain really shouldn't be building anymore, because it's like, well, I mean, I'd have to inform myself on the subject before I told Spain what to do about their road system. But like, when it comes to plastic straws, you don't need to care about straws to have an opinion, apparently. Besides, like, oh, they're real bad, and we show. Anyway, I'm just doing a whole thing here. Also, plastic is made from oil, and oil is dead dinosaurs, so oil is not vegan. That's a good point. That's there's this interesting thing where like animal product is such a nebulously large term that like all vegans are kind of like skirting the rules a bit. It's mostly about at least in my head, that there's been a bunch of vegans, vegetarians in my life who are just about minimizing harm, right? Like, as long as you reduce your input, that's, just as good. Like, a lot of people are like, oh no, it's gotta be all or nothing. What's the problem? Also, I'm a vegetarian drinking for a right now, says Mr. Swirly. See, it's a thing. I have GCSEs tomorrow, but I'm watching you mind. Well, thank you very much for using your GCSE time on me. Oh, I think I missed a super chat. Do a dab from Mr. Direwolf. Well, I didn't miss anything good then, clearly. If that's the super chat I missed. How did I did this long to get the stronghold as well. I think I went too low now, by the way. We want to be at 37 or 39. Yeah, we'll go to 39, and then we'll turn, like, right, I want to say. And then we'll leave that going down and do something else with it. Yeah, well, actually, we'll make this, like, part of the thing. Also, I usually don't get the chance to catch streams, so I usually just watch them after. Glad I can sit and watch this one, says Chris. Oh, okay, Chris. So, thank you so much for funding me $5. This is part of my don't be a hypocrite statement, but I do have to rate your name, because it's Chris spelt with a Y. I'm not a big fan of it. It's a 4 out of 10 name. I feel like I know this isn't even your fault. This is like, your parents' fault, or maybe it's just like you made a spelling mistake. Thank you so much for funding the channel. But like, something about like unnecessary spelling of the names. It's my personal like cross to bear, my grudge to hold against the world. I don't know what to say for sure, but it's a whole thing. Put the straws in the Coke toy cat. Nah, this is Iron Brew, you see. I brew some strawberries in there. I'm a big believer, if you're gonna pour a drink and you're only gonna have one drink, why not put some garnish or something in there? I think garnish is probably not the right term for what I'm doing here, but it's close enough. So Toy Cat Iron Brew is one of those things that it's its own flavor. It's true. Okay, well, here's the thing about Coke, right? If you like cola, how do you describe what flavor cola is besides just saying it's its own flavor? Because every time I try to explain Coke to someone, like, I don't have to explain Coke often, but every time I mentally try to explain it, I'm like, I don't think I can explain Coke to anyone. Like, it just doesn't make sense in my own head. How am I going to make it make sense in anyone else's, right? So, what does gravel have that dirt doesn't, aside from flint, says Carl Stenbeck? I mean, it's gravity affected, so it can kill you in your sleep. I mean, like, who doesn't want to be killed in their sleep sometimes? How far are you going to mine this tunnel, says the bee. I'm going to mine until I hit the stronghold, and then we'll see what we do from there. Like, I'll just make, like, miscellaneous tunnels that vaguely connect to make it look cool. Because, let's be honest, right? The deal with, like, underground mine... If you're going to have a minecart tunnel, it's mostly just a leisurely way to get around now. Like, it's not the most effective way. So you try to make the most of it, and you make it look cool. So I'll do some interesting things down here, probably. Not very interesting, but, like, slightly interesting, Like, it's a thing that's a thing. Why you... so, yeah, I'm going to start asking questions about the long tunnel. Instead, we can move on to questions like, do you still enjoy drinking street drinks with so many straws? And honestly, you know, I think after 2 straws, the benefits are kind of like, you know, it's diminishing returns, right? But it is still something that I, you know, like, just because it's diminishing returns doesn't mean it's not worth doing. There's something just kind of like fun looking about this many straws, right? You do have to admit that's at least slightly true. Toy Cat, you missed my super chat too. It was one for the dab. Just a question, no biggie. Happy to be here, says Skyrus. Oh, apologies, missing your previous question. And oh wait, is Skyrus the same as Chris? Did I read Chris as Skyrus? Because if so, that's not good. When do you think you'll do your next realm video? Oh, we found a ravine. How nice. So the next realm video. Okay, do you want me to be entirely honest with you here? I don't think I meant to say this, but so it's recorded. It's now officially, as of today, ready to go. But I decided not to upload it today. Because, you know, it feels like a Wednesday video. I don't know why, but Wednesday is Realm Day. Or Realm Day is Wednesday. Make a cup out of straws for maximum straw. Man, that's such a fun idea. That should be like a little crafts product we do. Crafts project we do together sometime. Oh, God, look at that gravel fall. But, oh, there's gold down there. We'll head down there after we've worked out this whole thing. What are irrelevant comments in chat, though? Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. There's a lot of, like, live stream chat on YouTube is a really weird place sometimes. Like, some of it's memeing around and some of it's pure irrelevancy. And I try not to, like, comment on it too much because, like, there are some things that you can just never understand. You know, people who don't like drinking out straws and YouTube live comments, it's all in the same category to me. But yeah, basically, it is Wednesday here. Today is Wednesday. What did I say it was? Did I imply it wasn't Wednesday? But also I guess I did imply it wasn't Wednesday. Oh no, so I got halfway through that story. Sorry, that's what I was saying. Sorry, chat. I worked out what I was saying and why I'm confusing everyone now. So basically, I uploaded a video earlier today. It was a sponsored video. It's a really big deal. I only do a few sponsored videos a year, and I do my best to make sure the sponsor's happy, because, like, again, I want to make good sponsored videos that are good for me, hopefully good for the subscribers, you get to see something different, and hopefully good for the company. But the company is based in China, and they didn't understand any of my jokes. So my original title of that video was committing copyright infringement in, you know, Robo Rage, Project Robo Rage, and they're like, you know, we really don't like this. We think you're ripping on our brand, and yeah, basically because of that. My next video is based on, like, you know, invading the world like China, and it just feels a bit off kilter, you know, knowing that they'll be checking my channel over the next few days, having a video basically calling out China. It just doesn't seem like a smart idea to me. I don't know why. Like, I was just like, you know what, just in case, I'm gonna be careful with this one, and I'll upload it next week when I can actually, like, tell people about it ahead of time. So next Wednesday is gonna be my next Realm Invasion video. I think it's going to be a fun one, personally. I think it's going to be a fun one. I mean, I hope it's going to be a fun one. You can never tell until these things happen. But, yeah, to get your background's messed up. It sure is, you're right. It, like, fuzzes. You can see the corners of it from time to time. Don't worry, I'll fix that up. I'll fix that up. I'll do it right now, actually. Let's just brighten this thing to max. It hurts. See, the worse it looks for you, the better it looks for you, the more my eyes hurt, so... This is all on you, chat. This is all on you. Toy Cat, how do we join the realm experiments? Oh, is someone asked about realm experiment? Oh, you didn't mean that realm video. You meant my next realm experiment. Ah, well, that's embarrassing, isn't it? I answered the wrong question entirely. So yeah, that's going to be probably a week or two when I'm in Taiwan. I'll upload that, I imagine. Anyway, so let's now... The chair's messed up. Yeah, you can't fix the chair because it's the same color as the... Like, I'm an idiot and have a green chair and a green screen, and I kind of like it. It's my little thing, you know. It's how I run my life, and now that's a thing. So anyway, let's... I want to talk a little bit about something I heard recently today, because one of the things about history... Okay, so again, that fact about, like, did you know the first plane was invented 24 years after the light bulb? It kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about a little bit, or what I was thinking about a lot. Because, oh, we are very full up in inventory. Because one of the, like, ways history seems to be defined when we think back to it is by individuals, right? Like, if you try to define, let's pick a time period. Like, if you want to define the revolution of America, right? The American Revolution, you define it as like, oh yeah, George Washington, he did a bunch of stuff, and that, you know, like, taxes about representation and George Washington, and that's about it, right? Maybe another founding father. And we typically tend to think of things as individuals. I like digging tunnels, says Kobe Cruz 20. I like digging tunnels too. Thank you for the $4. That paid for me to get another 8-pack of Iron Brew Extra. I guess after YouTube takes their cut, like a 6-pack. But still, thank you for the Iron Brew Extra. I appreciate it. Just to tell me you like mining. Bit of a confusing message, but you know, I take confusing messages just like I take all the other ones. Repair your pickaxe. Nah. I reckon the pickaxe will last forever. I reckon there's no need to repair this thing anytime too soon. So we're just not gonna. We're just gonna pretend that it's perfectly fine, and we'll see how that one goes. By the way, I think I might be going past my stronghold soon. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna reach the stronghold, so I guess we'll just dig in this direction and see what eventually happens. How do you stream your stream? That's questionable. But yeah, so when we think of history, we tend to think about things in like, in terms of individuals, which is interesting because, like, obviously there's a great group of individuals involved in any major historical event, but we think about it as like, oh yeah, the leader, like, oh yeah, Napoleon, he was the one that made the French powerful, or like, it's a thing that you see with most countries, arguably less so, I would say, the UK. You know, that's my impression of things, and I learned that there's actually a historical term for this called the Great Man Theory. And this was like what we just seemed to use for the longest time. We're like, oh yeah, what pushes history forwards is some great human doing some great task. Also, thank you very much, Elizabeth Shug, for the $2 super chat. But the thing that pushes history forwards in some people's view is always like individuals. That's how we like to summarize things, because there always is a figurehead in charge of the collective actions, right? But when we think about things in the present, we don't think things that way. Like, if you think about what's happening in 2019, oh, we found something. Hey, I found the stronghold. Heck yeah. We did it, guys. Napoleon's a villain. That's what we're taught in Egypt. See, but you're taught that he's... Like, you know, the idea of villains is kind of crazy, right? Like, who's the biggest villain right now, right? Like, I don't know, maybe Kim Jong-un? Maybe... Yeah, I'd say Kim Jong-un's probably the biggest world villain, right? Like, unambiguously, like, oh yeah, that's a thing that we're not really big fans of. So, also, I think we're going to run the minecart thing through the stronghold. That just seems like a great idea to me. So we're totally going to do that, because I think it ends up right over here. Oh no, this isn't the right place at all. Sing Mining Away? I don't know what to mine. I don't know that song, I'm sorry. Okay, oh, here we are. We found our place. So we just mine all the way to the end of this, and then we take a right turn. We make our own tunnel, and we're there. Perfect. Okay, so, or a bad human doing a bad thing. Hitler. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Hitler. I guess that... See, but, like, it's hard for me to even deconstruct that one. I don't want to, because it's going to be seen as, like, Hitler apologeticness. But, like, any really great human from history, or any... When we have a bad event, we blame it on one person. When there's a good event, we blame it on one person. Admittedly, you also say, like, oh, yeah, the Nazis are bad. They facilitated Hitler, blah, 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 blah. But the fact that we tend to blame things on individuals is interesting because, like, oh, yeah, so individuals are the people who control history. But when we think about the present, we think about it in terms of, you know, we think about it in terms of the collective, right? Like, oh yeah, the reason that the iPhone was invented wasn't because Obama was... Actually, was it Obama or... you know, either Obama or George Bush. You don't say, that was the George Bush era. iPhones got invented because he was just so good with technology. I'd be willing to bet George Bush doesn't have an iPhone. Like, I don't know why I'm willing to make that bet, but it seems correct, right? Without any other knowledge, it just seems like a fair assumption to make. Oh, also, as it turns out, I think we went a block. Honestly, this sounds like I'm going to be a bit pedantic, but given that I need to mine a bunch anyway, I think I'd rather have... I'm going to have to undo all this mining I've done, just so I don't go too low, because we need to be at 41, not at 31. Oh, thank you so much for all the super chats coming in, by the way. Top 5T just says nothing. Elizabeth Shug says nothing. Hunting Down says nothing. And Mitcha Januska says, what do you call a Minecraft celebration? A block party. Ba-doom. But yeah, okay, thank you very much for the super chats. Love it. Love it. Love the random support. It's 11:30. It's really late. I usually don't stream this late, but I like to mix up every now and then. Other George Bush. Still plan on talking Toy Cat, says Gavin Petty. I'm assuming you're meaning that in a sarcastic way. I'm not sure what you mean that in. But there are some people who join these streams, and they get genuinely mad that I'm talking the whole time. Like, what do you think live streams are? Also, thank you, Tony, for the £1.58. I just got back into watching you from years ago, watching your Minecraft stars. Also, rate my name, Lamau. Hey, thank you, Tony, for the £1.58. I'm assuming that's $2. That can't be $2. If that's $2, I'm pretty sad at the current exchange rate. 2 USD in GBP. That's $2. Well, you know, that's bad for the exchange rate if I go to America, but it's really good because now all these dollars everyone's been giving me, they've been worth a bunch more. Thank you, everyone, for your generosity. Today is fire sale on the Great British Pound Day. Yeah, it's been dunking over the past few weeks. Like, so Cat, why didn't you mine at minus 1173? Hee hee. Hey, that's an old school reference, Kazzy Heath. I mean, it's not that old school. It's like 3 months ago. But like on the internet, 3 months is basically, you know, qualifies you for the veteran discount, right? Like that's just how the internet is. So yeah, basically, it's 6:40. Yeah, it's interesting that a lot of people like the later night streams. And I think that's a good thing. It's probably bad for me though, because like I can't really stream that often this late in the day. Welcome to Brexit Britain. See, again, you know, one of the things I do have to admit, like I benefit quite significantly personally from all of these, like the exchange rate going down because I get paid in US dollars exclusively. Like so last year I was having like a really bad time on YouTube. Like things were consistently going badly in terms of like financial health. But because the pound was sinking, I was just about like, you know, it was staying similar amounts despite the fact that the dollar amount was going down. And I don't know, like it's a cool story to me that at least one of my first things is like, oh, Tony asked me to rate his name. So Tony, I'll give you a name like an 8 out of 10. I think if I could repick a name, and if I could repick my personality and name, I think Tony would be like in the top 10 list. Because Tony's a name you can give like a cool personality, a fun personality. There's no Tony out there that's like, you know, looking at ducks the wrong way on the street. I don't know. Anyway, also thank you, Elizabeth Shook, who says, I just opened my first bank account and I spent my first purchase on a super chat. Also, it's pronounced Elizabeth. It's pronounced like Elizabeth. It's just German. Oh, I was like, look at me. I read ahead, so I knew how it'd be. But it's Elizabeth just with an S, because again, I guess German has different pronunciation rules. This man loves currency, says Grungier. I love me some currency. That's why I appreciate this $5. So, if you're German, oh no, your name is German, but you're American, based on the USD. Look at me. See, currency is so cool. On the internet, it lets you work out where people are from. Gives you a whole nother layer of insight, which is fun in my opinion. I'm gonna take a quick sip from the drink here. Why don't you use the crouching with trapdoor method of mining on a 1-block space? That's a good idea. And if I'm not mistaken, that doesn't work on Bedrock though. Like I know there are a bunch of effective mining techniques that I don't use because they don't. Like the most effective mining technique only works on Java right now. On Bedrock, there's a lot of things that don't work. Like crouching isn't a thing yet on Bedrock. Oh, sorry, not crouching. Crawling isn't a thing yet on Bedrock. But yeah, so let me talk. Let me go back to Elizabeth. You know, sorry, Elizabeth. Can I just call you Elizabeth now? Like that can be your nickname as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, no, like one of the things that I find interesting is like there's a lot of parts of the world where like bank accounts aren't like just a thing you have. But I do recommend right now, if you're in control of your own finances and you don't have a bank account, I would say like sign up for one. Not because I have some interest in, like I guess if you super chat me, then technically I do have some interest in you doing so. But no, I say it not because it's some weird like power play to get you to give me money. But I say like having a bank account is something that you don't appreciate till you have one. Like before you have one, it's like, why would I need one? I don't have enough money to throw in there. But like having like a place for money that's not on you, it's like I think it's a powerful financial tool. It's a thing that helps people. Yeah, I would say it's a thing that generally helps people. And it's I don't know like so again when I was fairly not wealthy. What's the polite word for that? As a teenager, like you know, for my entire child life, and I got given £40 once as a birthday present, and it was in a bank account that I just couldn't. I don't know why I couldn't access it. Maybe I was just saving it, like, oh, I'll use this for something. But then I really wanted a capture card, a Dazzle. It was $39.99, and I could buy it because I had that money lying around the bank account. And if it weren't for me having a bank account, this whole YouTube channel wouldn't have started. If a relative didn't one day say, "Oh, sorry, I won't give the money to you in cash. You have to put it in a bank account," then I would have never ended up making these YouTube videos. So isn't that a fun little thing? I think that's fun. So yeah, basically, I don't know. It's something worth at least thinking about. Maybe it's an interesting just like backstory. Maybe it's nothing to you. Maybe you think, nah, that's stupid toy cat. I'll do what I want and I'll do it when I want to. But I think it's worth considering. So yeah, I really like the idea of using this stronghold as part of my minecart track. We're gonna torch it up a little bit more. I've never actually explored this one, despite the fact that it's my stronghold. I just went straight for the end portal and kind of ignored everything else, because like, why would you need to go around? Also, is there meant to be wooden doors in strongholds? I feel like there's not meant to be wooden doors in these things. I could be crazy. Oh god, that was scary. Okay, let's just stack ourselves out here. Let's put our stuff in one of these chests. Maybe go to sleep as well. We cannot sleep. So there's got to be a chest just for the stronghold stuff, I reckon. Oh, there's not. Okay, we'll make it a chest for those things. And then we're going to go get a new pickaxe. But first we need to get level 30, so we'll go mine as much coal as we can. And then we'll head right back with it. So, you just make a stronghold house, though. It's really fun. Is it really, though? Like, I don't know. I feel like every type of house is a fun concept. Like, it's fun the first time you make it. But I don't know if, like, I don't know if I need that many houses in my world. I think builds are fun. I think projects are fun. But it's a whole thing. So, also, what's your favorite plane? Mine's 100% the A380. Hey, I have an excuse to talk about planes. I try not to do it too often. Like, there's some things that I can nerd out about for, like, far too long for the average person to have any interest in. But planes are something I'm going to dive right back into after this super chat, which says, it's been a real mess. My nickname is Best, but I like your version. Oh, Best okay, you know, when I was no, that's another side story. When I was a child, I read books that, like, they were written, like, the 1940s when nicknames were very different to modern-day nicknames. And I remember there's a character, like, the characters were called, like, you know, Dick, Bessie, and Fanny, and it's like, that's funny. And they have to change it in the modern-day books. Also, thank you very much, Liam Loz, for the $9.99. I regret to answer your can I join question with a no. But sadly, yeah, this is a single-player world. I never have anyone on here for any reason. Once the world goes public, anyone can download it themselves. But that's the whole thing. Everyone's donating currency, so I want to join in, says Brendan Hampton. See, now that... If there's one good reason to give money to Toycat, it's not because you feel like tipping it. It's not because you want to, you know, help out the stream or have your name on there. It's because it's fun, not, you know, peer pressure. Who loves it? Everyone loves it. Let's all give into it simultaneously. I don't see how that could be a bad idea. But yeah, going back to the plane question, because it is something I could nerd about for forever. So thank you, by the way, for the $2 spam Toycat super chat. I mean, it does take up my words, so you can keep me permanently sidetracked if you want to, which I mean I think is actually a fun idea. Again, everyone give Toycat some currency. Your friends are doing it, and they're really cool guys. Do you not want to be a cool guy like them? But yeah, basically, like the thing about planes is there's so many different planes, and if you only fly within your country or short distance, I think you only fly planes that are functionally the same. Like the 737, the A320, and even like small regional jets, they're all basically the same. They're not really different in terms of the passenger experience. But as soon as you get wide-bodied, or even just like long-distance, short-bodied, narrow-bodied, there's like some really cool planes. Like the 787, they have windows in the bathroom, they have dimmers. Because like, think about it, like you can never have windows in the bathroom of a train, because people in the station will see you as you're going for your morning business. But on a plane, people in Barcelona do not see what I'm doing just above them, because you're not meant to be in the bathroom as it takes off and lands. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the 787. They're also super cheap, I believe. Like, I didn't know till recently that they're like relatively cheap compared to their friends. So, it means that logically speaking, in an ideal world, you'd get cheaper flights on a 787. But so as well as like, oh yeah, it's fun on the level of like, I really like that they have bathroom windows, and I like that they have dimmable windows. I also like the A380 because it's a double-decker plane. Like, if you don't know, I say like too much. This is my vow to you. I'll stop saying like right now. I'm gonna try and go as long as I can without saying like. Okay, so unless you want to like this video, in which case Obviously, that has to change. But, oh god, what are we doing right here? But, yeah, basically, so I think the A380 is the coolest plane because it's double-decker. I kind of like the 747 for the same reason. But my favorite plane is probably the A380 if I'm given a choice. But if it's more expensive, I'd wait. You know, if I was given a choice based on price, I'd fly the 787. Sidetracking super chat, go, says Kyla. Thank you very much for the sidetracking super chat. Also, Haley Stark, welcome to Donation Station. Donation train. Chugga 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 choo choo. Stopping it. Giving Toycat money. Giving Toycat currency town. You know, one of my favorite trends recently, because, you know, I've streamed a whole bunch. But, like, especially on these streams, there seems to be a whole bunch of people who are big fans of giving Toycat money. It is my favorite new trend. Also, I was not going to super chat until planes came up. 787 is superior, but I'll admit the A380 XWB has a beautiful cockpit. Can we get an F for the A380? Here's the thing about the A380, though. There are so many in service that, like, I don't think it being dead actually affects us as passengers. Like, I think when Qatar phases theirs out, when Emirates in 20 years phases theirs out or whatever, like, I think that's when we have to give it an F. But for now, like, I like, for instance, the 747's been dead forever, right? But I'm gonna fly on a 747 for the first time, or the first time on the upper deck, I think it is, in August. I'm, like, so hyped for that. I am amazing. Also, someone interested in planes as much as me. Yeah, planes are like they're like such a weird niche hobby, right? No, it's not a hobby, right? Because you can't fly on planes regularly. It's a very expensive endeavor. It's like, so yeah, like, but yeah, it's my weird little fascination. I'm glad some people in chat share that with me. But yeah, the A350 XWB. I've never actually seen the cockpit in any plane. Like, I reckon if I just say, like, hey, I'm a YouTuber and I'll give your airline something, like, I don't know, I'll say it's the best airline and tell people to use coupon code TOYCAT. Maybe I could get in the... You know, I've seen YouTubers do that before. Like, oh yeah, trust me, you want to let me in the cockpit. You just do. It's just a really good idea. So maybe that's a thing I should totally do. In Egypt, the Boeings aren't common. Oh, really? My understanding was the 737 is just the plane. Everywhere in the world I've ever been, it's like short flight, 737. Like, it's just the world of things. Someone says 747 sucks. I think 747 objectively sucks. It's just iconic and it has 2 floors. Like, but unlike the A380 where it has 2 full floors, it has like a miniature floor. So it's like a special. It's like a, you know, weird treat to go up there. It's like a unique little. Ooh, I'm going on the 2nd floor kind of thing. I know there's something. I wish that humans didn't like exclusivity. Like, because so much bad behavior comes from us wanting things that other people don't have. But there is something that appeals to you when I say, oh, imagine there's a plane. Everyone else, they're going in one place. But you have a secret staircase. I don't even know how many passengers can go on the top floor. Like, it's got to be less than 100. And like, out for, you know, several 100-person plane. It's like, oh yes, you must be on the busy floor, the important floor. So yeah, that's a fun little thing. I'm gonna quickly take another sip as we walk through our tunnel. You missed the emerald? Did I really see an emerald in there? Oh, that's crazy. Apologies, Chunk Monkey and Minecraft Tom. Honestly, I will say, you know, I'm gonna go back for it, don't worry. But I'm not actually that big a believer in the value of emeralds. Like, I'll get them if I see them, sure, like there's no reason to leave them. But I don't think emeralds is actually that good of, like, I think the ore is a more impressive block than the emerald itself. Man, Iron Brew is so good, especially when I'm thirsty. Toycat and his Southern-style homemade iced tea. This is so the opposite of iced tea. Like, I wish you could understand this flavor. So again, this is, if you've never had Iron Brew, again, if you ever come to the UK or Scotland or probably in Europe as a whole, Iron Brew is such a fun drink, and they call their zero sugar version extra, as you can see, Iron Brew Extra, and they make it extra powerful to make up for the fact that it's, you know, Spartany or whatever it is. And yeah, it's a really good drink. Big fan personally, of the whole thing, and yeah, basically, I forgot where I was going with that, but it's a tasty drink. It gets me going. Iron Brew is god awful, says Marcos Vasquez. Yeah, it's a polarizing taste. I think that's part of the appeal, right? Like, everyone loves Marmite and Vegemite, but I think part of why people like them is because they're so, like, horrific or bad. You should make this tunnel a railway, says High Life. Hey, that's actually what I'm doing. That's why I'm making it 3 wide. Because, I mean, tunnels, you can do them 1 wide, but they're not really that satisfying. A 3 wide tunnel, on the other hand, that is where it's at. That is just officially where it's at. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my thing in here. Spot me. Okay, you know what? I'm a big believer in 0 sugar drinks. Everyone hates me for this opinion. Like, I get a lot of flack from a lot of places. Because people are like, no, Toy Cat, don't you understand? It literally gives you cancer. And, without diving into some science or whatever, you're making the channel, says David Filter. I'm basically making the channel, right? That might be what I'm doing. Leah Edwards says, Iron Brew tastes like liquid candy. Yeah, I can agree with that one. It's not even quite liquid candy. Also, you missed my last one, and yes, Iron Brew is odd. Oh, last one, Break My Name, aka my parents' taste. I actually kind of like Elizabeth, assuming that's how you do say it, which you said it's not, but I'm going to believe anyway. I actually kind of like Elizabeth as a name, because it's like, ooh, it sounds like old-timey, but in a good way. Like, there are some names that are old-timey that are like, oh man, get out of here, go somewhere else. But, yeah, as far as Elizabeth, I'm going to give that like a solid 8.5 out of 10. You know, I'll give that a 9 out of 10. I would consider, I probably wouldn't do it, I would consider naming a daughter Elizabeth. Like, no, not, but I'd spell it like the correct way. I just insist people pronounce it that way. But not like real people in her life, like just my friends. Like, ah, oh, mother, I see you called her Elizabeth again. She's actually Elizabeth. Just because you know, like, I hate that parents get to do that. I like doing that for a little bit. So I need to get some levels real fast. Does anyone have any fun ideas on? I could just go mining, but I'm like, it seems like I'm getting very little XP for all of this. It could be that I've got like mending on me that's taking up something. I'll just kill some cows, honestly. That's always my go-to. Like, need XP fast, kill some cows, call it a day. And then we'll make some cooked beef, which we of course need. So let's go. Just killed a sheep by accident, whatever, close enough. Okay, lots of dead cows. But can you see, it almost seems like the XP is like not working as effectively as it usually does. I could be entirely crazy on that one. What do we got in the chat? We got, can you rate my name, please? It's Zoe Griffin, says Sheila Kinley. I feel like that was a lie, Zoe Griffin. Just spilled Dr. Pepper on my carpet floor, says Stufany. I could believe that's your real name. I could believe someone's parents out there are just like, you know what? I have so little regard for my daughter's name. We'll go for Stufany. I could believe it. That's the problem with names, right? Too many people have, like, I've said like so many times. Okay, starting from now, no more likes. No more likes. So, I want to talk about the great person theory. Or the great man theory, if you will. Because, it's interesting that, like, in the modern age, I think we're slowly shifting away from the idea of great men, or great people, great, you know, people who make a thing happen. And I was trying to work out, like, why that might be. Because, oh, also, let's, this is my first time actually being able to use the campfires on a bunch of meat. And I really, did I say like? Okay, we're going to try our best, starting, like, now, I guess. Okay, we're just going to mine in there. So, yeah, it's really hard not to say like. It's such a problem, it's such a, like, I don't know. It's not a common problem to have, but it's my problem to have. We're going to take this out here. I guess I should make a big, I'll just have a barrel that I'll label as, like, the finished goods barrel. Yeah, let's just, like, have it on a pedestal. And then we can put the stuff in there. And yeah, we just mostly wait for our things to smelt. It's an easy life. It's an easy life. And then we'll make a barrel for our, like, our fuel, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense to me that we should have a barrel. We'll put it here. Because why not? And then in this barrel, we'll fill it with coal eventually. So we always have fuel for our various little furnaces that we want to have going. So, barrels have an opening animation. Oh, have you never seen it? It's, in my head, it's somewhere between the best thing and the worst thing. But, because it's not an animation, it's just, it opens up on you. Like, the chest has a real animation. The barrel just has 2 frames, you know. You're failing hard at this no like challenge. I literally can't spot the like. I literally, like, it... Okay, and I spotted that one. I spotted that one. I'm gonna try real hard to not say it. Oh man, we're so close. I might like even thinking. I can't. The moment you spot it, it's done. Legs Like Bambi says, "What are you drinking?" It's Iron Brew. Oh, again, I have to give a quick plug to Iron Brew. Like, it looks like this. It's bright orange. It's very confusing. This is the can. It's so every single country in the world has Coca-Cola as their #1 drink. If not Coke, then it's a Coke brand. So, you know, if you don't know, Fanta is Coke brand. Sprite is Coke. Is it Sprite or is it 7-Up? It's Sprite. So Sprite is Coke brand. Coke owns so many things. It owns vitamin water. It owns smart water. Coke owns pretty much every single beverage in the world. So every single country has Coke as their biggest beverage. However, there's an exception, and that exception is Scotland, where that's not the case. So fun fact, it's okay. So we're going to take this fortune-free pickaxe. I'm going to disenchant it just to see how much XP I get. Look how little XP I got for enchanting an entire pickaxe. But again, it's not my problem, because now we just get 3 bits of lapis. And we enchant it up right now. And we see what we get. Unbreaking 3, that's actually quite good. It's just unbreaking. Come on, game. I deserve better than this. I deserve better than this. And we'll just find another pickaxe, which we like. Like, this one has Silk Touch on. And we could combine it with the Efficiency one. Or we could not. We could just take Efficiency 4. This is only Efficiency 3, so we might as well combine them, maybe? I'm not even sure what I'm thinking of that. There's got to be an Efficiency 3 pickaxe in here somewhere that I just haven't used for anything else. You're not sure, we'll just use the Efficiency 4 pickaxe. We'll combine these two things together. And then... Oh yeah, we can make Efficiency 5, right? There we go. Look at this. This is genius stuff right here. Now we've got an Efficiency 5 pickaxe with Unbreaking 3 and Silk Touch. It's a bit excessive, but it's fun regardless. Also, thank you very much. So Cat needs therapy for his light problem. See, there are some things, right, where you don't need... There are some problems you can have that are fine to have. Like, oh no, I'm addicted to exercise. Oh, how terrible. I hate the carbonation soda. I don't hate it, but one of the things that drives me crazy is people who insist they need carbonated beverages. Like, I really could take it or leave it. When it comes to I read diamonds. When it comes to carbonation, honestly, like, it can help. I said it again. You know, there's no more ban on likes. I can say like as much as like. Like. I don't know what it sounds like I'm saying, but I can say that word as much as I like. I've decided that no matter how much I don't like saying things, I can say those things as much as I want because I don't even want to try and say that, but oh god, this was a waste of 2 fireworks. What is happening to me? Oh man. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I need to stop making this my entrance into the tunnel. I guess I could just make I can just go, you know, we'll just go over to the other side and do it from there. So okay, I'm changing my name. Any recommendation other than Toby? Says Phoenix Kazaya. Male name or female name? Or androgynous name? I mean, obviously, as the name rating pro, I'm the person to ask here. But the key information of which gender of name is a key thing, right? That's a thing we all need. We're gonna do an intervention for Toy Cat's like problem. Hey, you know, it's perfectly fine. But yeah, no, we're slowly turning into a world where like we kind of have individuals be less and less important. There are exceptions, of course, like Elon Musk is known as the visionary behind Tesla. But even then, I think if you ask most people, they'd be like, oh yeah, well the real heavy lifting is done by, you know, the engineers. He's just the one putting a bunch of money in. And, you know, you might... Yeah, I don't think anyone seriously thinks that... just say comparable instead of like, says Adolf Hitler. Well, you know you're having a good day when Hitler gives you advice on how not to say the same word over and again. That's definitely a sign of a thing. Would donate, but there's no PayPal. PayPal allows people to charge back, and I just don't like. I said like. I'm sorry. Again, it's fine. I can say it as much as I like. But yeah, I don't want to add PayPal because you have to send the money directly to me, which there's a few tax reasons, well, not tax reasons, but there's a few accounting reasons. I should say, why that's not preferable. And then also people can charge back, so it's like, well, it seems like a lose-lose for the most part, right? Also, I'm mining it just the wrong layer here. Maybe I should just give up on this tunnel. Or maybe this is the perfect sign not to give up. Yeah, look, I'm so close. This is my sign that I shouldn't give up. Oh god, what am I doing? What is happening? What just happened there, by the way? Where is my... Oh, there it is. That's such a weird little... It's not even a glitch, really, is it? It's just a weird piece of behavior. Everyone's so... I love that when people get straight in here, their first question is like, what's the deal with that jug? I kind of like that it's confusing people, if I'm being honest. Wes Kuo says, pull that shirt pocket down. Hey, you know the shirt I have. If you want to see the shirt, do you want to see how it happens when I do this? It's a good little cat. It's a fun thing. It was actually Kit Kats that got me this. I think for Christmas, maybe? I'm not even sure. Maybe I just get random gifts from Kit Kats sometimes. That could be what happened here. But no, yeah, I got a gift. It was fun. It was nice. I liked it. And I'm wearing it right now. So you got that fun German underage girl joke that I almost read out. Almost made that mistake. Luckily avoided it. Very good of me. Oh, there's a drown there. I was wondering, like, why can't I place blocks? Hey, I got a piece of gold from it. Well, that's nice. So, yeah, one of the things that I was thinking is, like, the reason that we don't refer to individuals as, like, the reasons that things happen, I think at least, is because, like, in the modern age, there are just so many more people in so many more regions and subdivisions and stuff that almost the amount of impact a single individual can have, it must have gone down, right? Like, just on a pure statistical calculation level, like, if when there were 100 million human beings, you were a pretty small proportion of that number. Now there's, you know, almost 8 billion. Like, let's see what the current estimate of population is. Like, as of right now, this second, world population, it's predicted to be about 7.53. Actually, well, Worldometer says 7.7 billion people, right? We're gonna hit 8 billion people soon. Wait, I'll show you this clock just so you can see it go up. Stream cap. I'm always worried, like, what is there on the screen? You can see my cookie count, and also you can see my chat. It's over here on the left. This is how I see you all. But you can see, like, this thing just slowly goes up. Hey, thank you so much. Unrelated, but I'm doing a space station build, like a citadel in Mass Effect. Need ideas for rooms, please. Already have a nightclub. Thank you. If you're doing it on Minecraft console, I don't imagine you are, but you can use the, like, if you don't know, 4J made a Mass Effect Masher Pack world. It was the first thing they made, so it's probably not great in 2019. But if it's Mass Effect inspired, I would say that's like a great idea to, like, get something going. As regards to, like, okay, so if it's not going to be that, what should it be? Space rooms, space idea goals, etc. What do I recommend? Like, for a spaceship? Oh, YouTube thinks I've logged out, by the way. I was like, why is it that odd thing. Does this... I don't know if this ever happens to someone else, but it always freaks me out when I get logged out of something for no reason. Like, something happened there. We can definitely change that population problem, says Adolf Hitler. Why is Adolf Hitler in my stream today? What did I do to deserve you, Adolf Hitler? What did I do to deserve you? But no, so, because there are so many more humans, I think that... Take a shot every time Soycat says like. This is how you get liver poisoning. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but that's literally how you get liver poisoning. It's just 100% surefire way to guarantee that's a thing that happens. So spaceship beans. I'm gonna say, what you want to make is you want to make yourself like a giant room where all the, like, I guess a space hangar, because every spaceship has many spaceships in there, right? That's kind of a thing, right? For every big spaceship, there's little mini spaceships that hang off, because it's kind of like boats, and because spaceships, we don't have spaceships, but the reason we call them spaceships is because they're inspired from boats. I think we'll see a slow shift in the next, like, 100 years of science fiction as people shift from making spaceships based on boats to spaceships based on planes, maybe. You missed the trident drop from the drown, says Joseph. Hey, thank you very much for letting me know. But I actually don't care about tridents. I just have so many, and I never use them, even though they're actually kind of cool. Hey, Togat, great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you. Love your videos. By the way, chat, I need 6 more subs to hit the 106 milestone. Could you do me a solid? Do System Z a solid. Give him a subscribe. Get him 6 more subscribers. He's paying 83 cents per subscriber. Think about it. He wants subscribers on a level worth 83 cents. Do you want to give him 83 cents worth of your time? I think you should. I think you should subscribe to Mr. System Z. Unless you see he hits 169, in which case, don't subscribe. 170 is just such a bummer, right? Anyway, wow, we've been great moves. Yeah, I got the H3 reference, by the way. I do that to my friends all the time, like, wow, great moves, keep it up. But yeah, I really like the trident, but I never use it like in survival. I use it in creative all the time. Don't ask me how that makes sense, but it's a thing. He didn't say it had to be alcohol. It could be milk. Says hen basket fire alarms. I mean, it could be milk. Also, can you explain your name, hen basket fire alarms? Like, this is not the first super chat you've sent. Was it yesterday your first ones? I'm just so confused by your name. Like, why is that a thing? Z, you mean Z? Everyone kills me. No matter how I pronounce Z now, people drive me crazy. People go crazy at me. Because I have this, like, bastardized pronunciation of, like, a bunch of things. Because I've watched so much American... Like, I grew up on the internet. I had to do business with Americans when I was younger. Like, when I was 13, I was, like, doing deals with... That was... most people on the internet of money are Americans. Most of my business was done with Americans. So I spoke to Americans exclusively when I was 13 and running my own little thing. And then when it came to... like, when most TV I watch is American. Most movies, Hollywood makes the world's movies, really. And so as a result, there's so many, like, random Americanisms in there. But also, so, like, a lot of people call me American, but then everyone who watches this from America is like, no, you're so British. Even people from outside, like, the London area are like, yeah, you've got a very British accent. And I just don't even know anymore. I say words, and how they're pronounced. I don't even know how that word is, but... I try my best to do that. That's just how I live my life. And who even knows beyond that. But, yeah, I think, so let me talk a little bit about the population clock, because it was on screen a second ago. We'll go back to it being on screen. So here is a clock of the population. As you can see, 7.705 billion people. It's going up by a person every, second or more. And then someone died. Like, for every one death, there's 2 births right now. And you can see how today, in the last 12 minutes, 2,000 people have been born. 2,000 people. Can you even imagine that? Oh, by the way, actually, while we're on... Okay, so one of the things that happens, whenever I say something like the Z or Z thing, people go crazy, right? So I've now worked out. I've worked out the solution. From previous streams, from Tuesday's... Was it Tuesday? From my last stream, and then from yesterday's stream, I worked out the genius in the fact that all you have to do, if you have a divided chat that's yelling at each other, all you gotta do to make things simple is you show them Toy Cat, but with the female Snapchat filter. So, do you guys want to see some IBX Toy Cat, but spelt with a K? Because if you want to see it, we can end all these arguments. We can get everyone back on the same page. Hey, we finally... Oh, look how perfect this was, by the way. My tunnel... I just guessed how long it should be. I made it perfectly the right length. Everyone's going crazy. See, there we go, chat. See, everyone's on board. There you go. Okay, so same like showing my screen again. There you go. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh, I broke something. Look at this. Look at this beauty right here. Don't you just wish she was your girlfriend? I certainly wish that female version of me was my girlfriend. You can all imagine it right now. IBX Toy Cat with a K. There we go, chat. Everyone's on board. You see this? Everyone on board. No one's like, oh, this is bad. This is awful. You got like hots. You got hello. You got wow. See? You see my point? All we gotta do if we want to get chat on board is we show them me but with a female filter. I don't know how I feel about that. Like at first I was like, this is nice. Everyone's calling female me attractive. But afterwards it's like, huh. And I was trying to work it out, like, why is that a cool thing? Because everyone in chat is... See, everyone's on board with it. There's some people saying some inappropriate things, people saying nice things, but everyone's generally positive. How nice. You look like one of my mate's girlfriends. See, but get this right. It's not only as attractive as your mate's girlfriend, your mate's girlfriend, but also, she's into video games. She plays your favorite game. you know, she's into Minecraft. She's making silly tunnels for no reason, just because she wants to talk about the world or whatever. Gold cat is thick. I wish I knew what thick meant. I learned. So I had a one sec. When I was 20, I had a we'll call her a girlfriend for the sake of this story, who was like I think like 18. She you know, younger than me by like a year, but like also into memes, you know, because being into memes like keeps you young forever. I'm convinced that's the way it works. Like, if you're not into memes, you're an old man. That's just the cruel realities of 2019, right? So she was super into super into memes and stuff. Not memes, but like, you know, modern day speak as well. And she said thick, like, no, she said like thick ass, and I was like, is that a good thing? Are you calling yourself fat? Or what is this a thing? She's the only guy I think is hot. It's a cat. Are you single? See, look at this. It's still going. It's still going. All this time later, everyone's in love with the idea. And yeah, it's basically we found chat's kryptonite. Chat can get as toxic as it likes, but you show them a picture of female me, and everyone's like, man, that's, you know, because there's two types of like attractiveness in the world, right? I love maybe this is how guys are too. Maybe it's not. I don't know for sure. Again, I'm not a guy who's into guys, sadly. But when it comes to women, there's like two types of attractiveness, right? And I think she perfectly nails the like very interesting, you know, like I guess to like stereotype it's like, oh yeah, girl next door and I don't know, like stripper or something like that. You know, there is two broad stereotypes or whatever, and it's kind of interesting to me that like, oh yeah, you can see them combined right there. Female toy cat's the solution to all conflicts. I mean, that's how we solve the Middle East crisis, right? Like, you just gotta just send her in, right? Like, oh, as easy as that. Okay, now we're gonna work on the ceiling of this because it's currently a bit low, a bit ugly. Also, thank you very much for the $1.99 nickname from high school, and I make fire alarm videos. So your nickname was Hen Basket from high school, and you make fire alarm videos. I love YouTube because niches like that can exist. Like, a lot of people hear about a niche and they're like, that's lame and, you know, fake and lame, or gay and uncool, or, you know, whatever people say. But I always love when I hear about a niche because I'm like, man, there is a world of fire alarm reviews. That's a real thing that people want. I subscribed. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the channel. I can actually set it up so every subscriber comes up on screen. It's just that usually like rolls by so fast. Also, oh, one of the things I haven't shown up in a while. Do you want to see the sub count? If you're watching this and you're unsubscribed, or you're not subscribed, I mean, what a lot of people do is they subscribe and unsubscribe to watch it. I mean, if you want to do that, I'm not going to stop you. I mean, I literally can't. I would stop you if I could, but I can't stop you, so I won't. If we're being entirely accurate. But yeah, let's watch it go up and down. Will Toy Cat hit 1,092,000 subscribers today? We just don't know for sure, do we? I'm always bummed by the fact that after you hit 1 million subscribers, the milestones all kind of blur into each other, right? There's a guy on YouTube who has a selection of your lawn chairs that he collects. There's a whole video about each one, where it was made, etc. See, that's the sort of like wholesome, like people. One of the things that makes modern day humans interesting, because we used to just like run around, hunt things, kill things. Like, you know, we were pretty basic until recently, and now that humans have surplus time, seeing what people do with that is fascinating. Actually, you know, can I go on a little side rant? One of the things I hear come up all the time. I'm gonna drink some more iron brew first, actually. One of the complaints I hear all the time is that 100 years ago, they assume we'd be working, you know, 20-hour work weeks. Like, oh yeah, by now there'll be so much that makes your work week shorter. But in reality, we choose to work the same amount of time, and we get more consumer devices in our spare time. It's something that annoys me because it's like, well, people are welcome to work like as many hours in the week as they like, right? Like, assuming, you know, okay, ignore that whole like, you know, there are some levels where like, oh yeah, you literally need to work this amount for rent, etc., etc. But if you ignore that part of the equation, I've always thought like, isn't it crazy that even when you give people the choice to work less, some people choose to work a lot more. That's one of the big, oh, Rip Toy Cat with your bet in the next update, says Jonathan Murphy. Hey, thank you very much for the $2 super chat, Mr. Jonathan Murphy. I don't think I've lost $1,000 yet. If I have, like, I'm fine. I'm happy to pay charity their money, you know. It's a thing I'm very eager to do. Don't worry. But I don't think I've lost the bet yet. I don't think I've lost the bet for quite some time. Because also they really are going up and down like a roller coaster. Alcavin Gaming. Yeah, it's because again a lot of people unsubscribe and resubscribe. Again, you can do that if you like to. Oh, soon they're going to be removing the subscriber count from YouTube, I've heard. That's what word on the grapevine is these days, at the very least, if nothing else. But yeah, one of the things that hey Cat, can you do a video on mob hostile farms, no spawners? Oh, I was working on one, but then I got, if you recall, I got killed by a phantom, and I had to reset my progress, and I was like, I don't want to start again. I just don't have it in me to start this whole thing again. So you know what I did? I didn't start it again. I just didn't. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Why they removed the subscriber count? So the thing is, on YouTube, subscribers haven't meant anything in a while anyway. Like, me having 1,091,780... It's just been going up and down. It's been at the same number the whole time, though. Just came to the stream. Is that on for Cobble? Or is he making some with it? This is going to be a big part of a... So this is going to be part of a big, like, tunnel project. Like, I'm going to put minecart rails through the whole thing. But also I want the stone, because I want to place a bunch of stone in the nether. So I brought a shulker box with me. Or it's not with me right now. But I'm collecting all the stone. Not cobblestone, because I have a silk touch pickaxe. An efficiency 5 silk touch pickaxe too at that, like. Oh god! Have you mined through a single block and then been poisoned as a result? I feel a little bit assaulted by that, I'm not gonna lie. Feels like they could have done that in a more polite way. Just seems a bit crazy. Oh, a lot of people haven't heard of it. So yeah, the logic is, public subscriber counts don't really mean anything. They don't really do anything. And YouTube's just like, well, all this drama where people subscribe and unsubscribe people. Like, look at that number up there. Oh, my hand is gone. Okay, so if you look at that number up there, you can see how, like, you can see how everyone enjoys seeing it go up and down. It's literally people just subscribing and unsubscribing. Like, they're unsubscribing from the video right now, and then they're resubscribing. And, like, again, that's fine to do. You know, you're within your rights to do that if you so choose. But the fact that people do choose to do that shows that there is an inherent interest from subscribers in the subscriber count. And that's fine and dandy when people are doing nothing with it. But when people are using it, because a lot of people do decide to use it as like a, what's the word, like it's a tool. Like, if you don't like someone, you unsubscribe and you can do like you can do some damage to them, right? There aren't many media, like, you can't on TV, if you're hating How I Met Your Mother halfway through the season, you can't physically hurt the show. You can not watch it, but those numbers don't come out till way later. And even then, they're not actually based on you. Oh, okay, can I talk about, it's called the Nielsen rating, I think. The way we work out TV show ratings, at least, like, I want to say with some people there's, like, a proper methodology. But when it comes to the US, there's something called, like, Nielsen ratings. 1 in every 1,000 households, like, they pick it out very well. They give a box to, and that person's, you know, vote, basically, is worth 1,000 households. And that sounds like it's a system that would never work, but it does accurately enough predict things. Because just, like, that broad collection of, like, if you randomly picked 1 in every 1,000 people's opinions, you'll get a representative of the entire collective. And I don't know why that's so interesting to me, but it is. Also, let's go kill a witch. Chat says burn the witch. You know, let's go kill a witch. I'm down to do it. I'm totally fine. I guess we're going to be careful about this, because clearly that witch knows how to get me. Just mine our way in. Okay, go. Witch, where are you at? Where are you at? Okay, there's the witch. So we'll wait for the witch to come around. We might look if there's any ores around here. I doubt there will be this close to the surface, but you never know. Sometimes it's worth exploring these things. Because, like, coal's always nice as well. Befriend the witch instead, says System Z. You know, we were so busy working out whether we could that we never stopped to wonder whether we should. And that's a lie. We definitely stopped to wonder if we should. And the answer was we shouldn't. It's a terrible idea. But yeah, let's at least light the place up so we know witches won't spawn here. Like, because if we're minecarting around a bunch, it might cause problems down the line. So it's better, in general, if you can avoid problems, you should. Pro tips of Toy Cat. Speaking about Toy Cat ratings, suddenly it switches to killing a witch. Yeah, one of the things I guess you'll notice on these streams a bunch is we definitely veer all over the place. Like, I call it ADD style. If you find that offensive, you can call it whatever style you like. But there is a little bit of attention deficiting going on here. Because, you know, like, focusing on one thing. It'd be hard sometimes, right? So, in case you're curious, by the way, I'm not making this, this isn't the most efficient way to make a tunnel. I'm making the tunnel 3 blocks wide because I want to put minecarts in here. A lot of people have been asking, and I feel like, you know, let's put everyone out their misery. I mean, in the good way. I mean, putting someone out their misery sounds like a good thing. I don't know when or why the term came to mean, like, killing someone. But, like, I'm sure for a long time in history, like, putting someone out their misery, it's like, oh, that's nice of you. Yeah, let's put, you're sad right now, let me make you less sad. When did that come to mean, like, oh yeah, gonna put you out of your misery, pulls out the gun, gonna shoot you right now. So, oh yeah, so, if you randomly sample any group of people, you'll be able to fairly effectively work out the actual number of people with that random sample. Also, how many straws are in that cup says, Ophia Blosia. Interesting name, by the way. There's 4 straws in the cup right now. We got a blue one, we got 2 red ones, the green one. You've got to have a nice little, you got to have a nice little variety. Sometimes, at least. Also, this is definitely an interesting part of the minecart ride. Again, at this point, I'm just making an interesting underground tunnel. Just for the sake of having an interesting underground tunnel. No real reason beyond that. Do you need a reason beyond that? I don't think you do. So someone asks, do you play rugby? Q&A. I do not play rugby. I played it a lot as a kid. I love that there's a sport where you can, like, tackle people. Because everyone's so scared of tackling. And if you're the guy who's like, you know, let's just go for it. Everyone's like, hey, this is cool. But my PE teacher hated me. So I applied for the team. And it was like, nah, I don't want to have you around. And he picked some people who had never actually played instead. And, you know, I still hold that over. Like, it still annoys me to this day that, like, the way the sports teams worked is, like, there's a dude, you know, some middle-aged man, who gets to decide, like, which kids get to have cool experiences and go, like, tour other schools around the country. You know, like, and face off against them in team sport. You know, like, that's a cool thing that, like, some middle-aged dude just has the for some reason is designated the responsibility of, like, he is Grand Shaman in this particular example. I just don't see why that's the case. It just doesn't seem like a normal thing to me. By the way, it's put them out of misery. Tell me about the rabbits. Putting rabbits out of their misery? See, as the fire alarm expert on YouTube, fire alarm. Fire alarm is suspiciously similar to firearm, by the way. Like, at some point, someone's gonna ask that about your channel. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm a fire alarm channel. They'll be like, oh yeah, I love those gun videos too. You're gonna have to explain it to someone. It's gonna be a whole thing, you know. You should keep that in mind, I'd say. That's a lot of straws, says Prismatic Cat. Honestly, the more straws is always the better. Like, a lot of people don't know this until they try it. But next time you have a straw, unless it's a paper straw, in which case just, you know, give up on life now. But next time you have a straw, or you're offered a straw, take 2. You might think, no, Toy Cat, that's excessive. Just give it a try. You know, like, it's fine. If you don't like it, you can, I don't know, not eat plastic for a week or something. Choke the turtles. Oh, that sounded a bit unironic to me. I've got a plastic straw here wrapped in plastic. And because of you, all because of you, you said choke the turtles because you're trying to say I'm using too much plastic. But look what you've done now. Now there's another plastic straw in here. Do you ever see people do this, by the way? I don't know why, but this viscerally makes me uncomfortable. I don't, like, there's no good reason either, right? It's weird how the human brain works sometimes like that. But I can't explain why. But if you offer me a drink with a straw in it, like this, you've got to admit, right, this hurts. Something about this, maybe I'm wrong, actually. I'm always bad at working out what's relatable and, like, you know, what other people actually do feel and don't. But in my head, at least, the way I imagine how you feel, it's not a pleasant thing, right? Is everyone else? No, no one else agrees. Okay, you know what? It seems as though this isn't hurting people's minds, but for me at least, just it doesn't bother me. I wonder why that is then. But yeah, it's a weird thing that like our brains are all wired in very different ways, and then some people's brains are wired in ways that hurt different things. Okay, we got one guy, Caesar Ponce. Soda can plus straw equals no. Damn straight, we need more people with logic like yours in the world. That's all I know for sure. I agree big time. Oh, maybe more people do agree. Maybe people are just like feeling pity. They're like, you know what, Toy Cat, I'll put you out of misery. I totally agree. Straws and cans should be illegal. So, okay, and everyone else who said it does bother me, everyone else who said it bothers you a little bit or a lot, tell me this. Why do you think it bothers you? If you could try and sum it up in words, why does this hurt? What is it about this that's just wrong? Because it's a container. It's a container. Like there's no particularly great reasons for that, in my opinion. You mean when you blow it? Although actually blowing like the noises you make, a lot of people don't like that in general. Evening, says Kelly Drummond. What did you have at McDonald's in the end? So I tried to hide. I said like, oh yeah, some of McDonald's drawers, their most intimate detail. But for $1.99, I will reveal my most intimate secret: what I had at McDonald's. Honestly, so this is actually crazy. But every time I go to McDonald's, I don't know what I'm gonna do until I get there. Like I try to leave it almost up to chance. Like, you know, we'll see what comes along on the menu. We'll take that, you know. Straws work for everything, especially cans, says Christian Ingmarks Kosvik. Spot the controversial on purpose opinion here. But, yeah, so I don't actually decide till I go there. But what I decided to go with is chicken selects with like a... I think I wanted an iced latte just because there's a tiny part of me, whenever there's a big... Also, it was supposed to be a Mice of Men reference. Oh, my bad. I've never read or watched or whatever Mice of Men. I know it's a famous like play, I want to say. I know it's a famous thing. But it was in my school. Like in the same way, I know Romeo and Juliet, but a lot of people never read that. Or like Animal Farm was really popular. I read it out in my own free time, but like it's one of those books you can't blame people if they don't read personally, right? At least I don't blame people. Chicken Selects fancy. So yeah, the Chicken Selects is just like chicken if you're not based in the UK. They're real good in my opinion. And then an iced latte, not because I think lattes are particularly good, not even because it's a good time to be drinking lattes. It was, you know, 7:30 p.m. or something. But just solely because there's a big billboard outside my house and it says like iced latte, super exciting new thing. And I was thinking to myself like, who is it that is hyped about an iced latte? And then I got hyped about the iced latte and I had to try one. Didn't get an iced latte though. Again, I don't like what even is an iced latte? I don't even know what that entails because I'm not a coffee guy. But apparently it's good. Love your content. Your video got me back into Minecraft. Hey, that's awesome. ACKD. Is that like ACDC but like ACKD? Da da da. Da 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 da. That's how I'm imagining it, at least. You can never tell me otherwise now either. Okay, so we're gonna make the ceiling of this kind of go a little bit further on both sides, just because why not? The Great Gatsby is a great book. I went to a Great Gatsby themed party recently, and I had no clue what everyone was doing there. Like, I was just dressed in a hat, I think. I know I was wearing a suit probably, but like everyone was like dressed fancy, and I had no clue. The invitation said something like, wear whatever you want, or just feel comfortable. And I don't know why. There's something about telling people they cannot do something that makes you more inclined to do something, right? Or maybe I'm crazy on that one. But so I dressed up as a Great Gatsby character. Still no clue why. Only communist drinks out of cans of straws, says love me please. We worked out the secret, have we? No sub count equals T-Series wins. That could be a big thing too, actually. Like, if you think about it, that this whole drama would be much less if you couldn't see a live count between the two channels, right? Like, the amount of money that, like, Social Blade must have made on that feud. Because the number of people checking back on Social Blade on a daily basis just to see these sorts of numbers. I don't know. It's something that I get curious about. Maybe wrongly. Maybe it's not as fascinating an issue to everyone else. But yeah, YouTube's removing sub counts, and I don't even think it's a bad thing, because like I like seeing that number, but because as long as they put it down to the nearest 1,000, I don't see why that's a thing. Because seeing the exact number isn't really that important, but seeing 1M instead of hey.
Toy Cat, it's been a while. I just want to say that your daily streams really help a time when it's been so hard make it through each and every day. I love you and all of your videos, and thank you for being my hero. Less than 3.
Less than 3. That's how I say hearts in real life, by the way. You can call me an idiot if you want to. But, so thank you so much, Grape Sota, for the $20 US super chat. I really appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me that apparently these streams have been helping you in some way. I swear to God, literally for me, it's just like, turn on, you know, find something in Minecraft I want to do, like that needs to be done. And then it's like, oh yeah, what have I been interesting today? Like I was riding to McDonald's thinking about that great man thing, and I was like, oh yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, as well as everything else we kind of circle around into. And yeah, so it means a lot that this is it's cool to me that this means a lot to you, as well as meaning a lot to me. For me, it's just a kind of, you know, goofy thing that I've been kind of playing around with, but the fact that it has like real meaning, it's cool. It's something. Sometimes I don't even believe it. Sometimes I'm like, this is someone just being nice. He's just saying it because it's what you say. But the fact that you put $20 in just to tell me that, it's crazy. And thank you so much for the nice message and for the $20 US. And I hope that my future streams help you out, because tomorrow's gonna be a really goofy one. I don't want to promise this, so that's why I'm not gonna tell you right now. But I'm thinking I want to do like beat Minecraft, but using the Toy Cat face texture pack. Like I don't know if that's a thing I will do, but it's a thing I intend to do. Like maybe can you beat Minecraft with the Toy Cat faces, or maybe just like beating Minecraft with Toy Cat. I don't know for sure, but I want to do something along those lines. It should be kind of fun. So your stream certainly made my day better, says Imre Demonkos Polik. I don't know where you're from, Imre Demonkos Polik. I'm assuming the United States, but maybe just you had to VPN there to make it work. But thank you so much for the $2. And I think it's weird because, like, again, for me, this is I've said this theory before, and I know it's definitely crazy, but I really sometimes oh, thank you, by the way, Abed Islam. I assume that's in relation to the Toy Cat face texture pack. You better believe it's a fun idea I want to do. Can we get Toy Cat face texture pack now? Says John Ox. Oh, that's a thing. Okay, so if you don't know, Abed Islam, he's I'm assuming he's fine with me saying this. He's the guy who made the Toy Cat face texture pack. Again, it was kind of just a joke that turned into a real thing. I think what you need to include. Okay, so everyone, here's how we get people on board with it. What if we had at least one texture like this, right? Also, you can see how the orange chat stays at the top there. I need help naming my sarsaparilla company, guys. Toy Cat reckons you should call it Freedom and Conservatism Sarsaparilla. But yeah, put a face like this in there. If you haven't seen it yet, Deshi, there it is. This is what brings world peace to the world. You show IBX Toy Cat but with a K, and everyone's like, yep, you know, I'm good with this now. So yeah, we gotta have like, oh wait, chat. Let's work out right now. Let's work out right now what block should be female Toy Cat as opposed to regular Toy Cat. Like which block in Minecraft? Because I think it has to be like maybe, you know, obsidian or something, right? Turn the diamond block into that because it's a gem, so it's Game of Games. See, you know, these are the comments we need. This is the high quality gold that we can only find right here, right now. But no, yeah, if you have any ideas for like which precise, oh, we can't pick this up. If you flowers, banners, gravel, ender dragon. Ender dragon? No, I don't want to kill Toy Cat. I wouldn't be able to. What else we got in here? We got villager texture, please. Toy Cat is maybe that hurts my feelings. I came at the worst time, didn't I? I mean, I would argue the best time. Definitely the best time. Yeah, I don't think there's a time that could be worse than this. I think this is peak Toy Cat stream time. But no, yeah, no, if you don't know, like, there's been this thing. So, again, if you don't know, he's on the moderator on the Discord, and he also, very, very helpful person, very nice, friendly, good friend. But, so yeah, basically, everyone in chat goes crazy whenever we bring up IBX Toy Cat. Literally everyone, right? Like, literally everyone. If you don't know, there's a fan Twitter made for the female Toy Cat. I think it's female Toy Cat on Twitter. If you want to see all the pictures in one place, and we all know you do, then that's the place you can do that. Because that's a thing that you can see. Reasons why are slightly complex, you might say. But the main point that you can do it is there. And that's kind of nice in my opinion. So I'm going to dig through the rest of the tunnel now. I think I'm going to finish all the gaps, finally. And also, let's make a link to the surface, because going through this tunnel is just hell for me every time I do it. So let's just dig this tunnel so it actually makes sense. Like, make it go a little bit further up. Because then we can actually have an easy way into here. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Horse. So, chat, I reckon, based on everyone's feedback, the diamond block should be female Toy Cat, and also the flower blocks. You're totally right. And maybe also, like, the end crystals, not the end crystals, I guess. Like, I'm thinking another block as well as all of those, though. So if you have any great ideas, now would be the time to let me know. What if female Toy Cat's actually a dog person? Oh, someone has to do this, because I think it's a Snapchat filter to put a dog face on, right? I could be wrong. Like, every girl has a dog face from it's either Snapchat or something like that. Put a dog face on female Toy Cat. Like, again, that's how you become a stereotypical, you know, that's how you become the standard stereotype of what a girl is, right? It's just required. It's required. So, yeah, we're gonna make sure this is even on both sides. If it's not even, we'll even it out. But I think we've now got the perfect tunnel. We just have to do the rest. Dirt should be female Toy Cat. Gold block because she's a gold digger. She's the beacon of light, says the bad llama. That's a fun one. I like that as a concept. She is definitely a beacon of light in our sad lives. There is one continuous joy, and that is female Toy Cat. That's for sure. I think I'm making this out of stained glass or something, actually, by the way. Like, a little walkway. We'll work that out later, but it goes across another ravine, by the way. I forgot just how many ravines we crossed over here. Diamonds, because she shines bright like a diamond. A furnace, because that belongs in the kitchen, says Comrade Eckerman. Are you allowed to be sexist towards the female version of yourself? If not, then I feel like that joke might not be okay. If so, then we're 100% okay to make that one, though. I play Minecraft Bedrock for the latest updates. The first nether fortress I found was solid nether brick, no interior at all. Ever happened to you, says Upwards Believer. That's never happened to me. I would love to see a seed for that if it is... Like, try it out and, like, try reload the seed. See if it's the seed that does that. Because if so, that sounds like a fascinating bug. I love that Minecraft Bedrock has so many weird, like, quirks and bugs and behaviors. But that's never happened to me, Upward Believer. You found something rare and unique. Okay, can I get something off my chest? If that's okay? Hey, you can't say... Actually, oh wait, it's a live stream. You can say if you think that's not okay. I'm gonna pretend you all said it was okay, though. Thank you very much, everyone. Glad you liked listening to my stories. So, the current gravel is already too perfect. Oh yeah, gravel is peak gravel already. We can't beat that. It's all good. But one thing we can try to... Okay, we're gonna have to... Let's just go to the surface, and let's just... Oh, there shouldn't even be water here in the first place. We'll just have to... Oh, because there's already this lower stuff. But we need the water up there. Oh, whatever. This is tricky. Let's just place some stone there. And then remove these blocks. There we go. So I've got something... I want to get it off my chest a little bit. Because a lot of people... Because Seed Sunday's been real big. Bedrock, because she's unobtainable, says love me please. Hey, I like that one a lot too. I like that. That's a fun little joke. Oh, look, you can see all the way over there, like, the edge of the world. It's weird stuff. But, yeah, one of the things that, kind of annoys me, Seed Sunday's been really big recently. So a lot of people send me seeds. And I like when people send me seeds, because, like, yeah, you might have an interesting one. But a lot of people send me seeds without explaining anything about what makes the seed. They're just like, oh, yeah, here is a seed. And it's like, you gotta give me more detail. Otherwise, you just give me numbers. Like, oh, yeah, 26. Like, imagine just firing numbers at someone. What a bizarre thing that is. but it happens all the time. I don't know why it happens all the time, but it does happen all the time. So yeah, basically, I don't like when people send me just numbers, and then also I don't like when people send me the most basic description, like, oh yeah, try this seed. It has a village. And it's like, you're gonna need more than just a village if you, like, you know, that's not all I, that's not what makes a great seed. A single village does not a great seed make, if you would, if you will. Rip, Sunset Sarsaparilla is already taken. Oh man, if I could name a company, Sunset Sarsaparilla, I would go very far out of my way to do that. I would absolutely love that. Also, an enchanted tool because she has extra abilities. That's a great thing. See, look, a guy just says, I know you're just moving around, but it literally triggered that same anger in my head, Sam the Butcher, where it's just like 132885293 found a cool seed, and it's like, tell me why it's a cool seed. Like, cool is not a good enough descriptive word. Honestly, I think a lot of my problems in life come from like people not being descriptive. If you have a certain amount of time to say something, okay. So in a real life conversation, there are times when you can't say the perfect thing. You have to approximate. Like, you know, if you ask me how am I doing, I'll just say good. I won't say I've been really good, but a little bit demotivated. But, you know, also I've been, you know, like extra healthy. I've been enjoying going out my, you know, I won't give you all of that. I approximate down to it's good. I simplify, and you know, I keep things short, and that's what you do in real life. However, if it's an interview or if it's a situation where you have time, if someone says, so what's your biggest weakness? You can spend 10 seconds being like, my biggest weakness is definitely the witches in Minecraft. Or like, my biggest weakness is that I try too hard. You know, you can spend some time and come up with that answer eventually. It's allowed. It's an okay thing. And on the internet, you have an unlimited... Oh, so is there water above there too? Oh, I hate everything. On the internet, you have an unlimited amount of time, effectively, to decide what you're going to say. Please don't just say, cool seed. You have so much you could tell me. Yeah, there's so much descriptiveness. Like, if it's an email especially, like, you have so long. You everyone's just telling me random cool seeds. See, Fresh Calamari sent me a seed sent above twerp. You spawn right next to an above ground mineshaft and a mesa. See, that's something I actually do think is cool, Fresh Calamari. See, there you go. That's something that's interesting at least. But yeah, when people send messages, if it's your one chance, don't blow it. You know, just or even, you know, at least feel, I don't know. Your mum is a cool seed. I agree. Someone says they found a cool seed, and that's it. Thank you, Geoflyer. Appreciate all the fun that has been had to some great extent here. So we're gonna go take this stone to the Nether now, because I need the stone in the Nether anyway. So someone asks, "Am I Jewish, Cat?" I feel like it's a trick question because we had Adolf Hitler in here earlier, but I'm not Jewish. I didn't see a Jew until I was like 18 years old. Like, it's a common thing for people to be like, oh yeah, I didn't see a black person until I was, you know, like 28 or something like that. I didn't see a Jew until I was crazy old. Like, when I first saw one of those hats, I was like, is this... Because, you know, I think I heard about it in South Park, and I knew Jews existed. I wasn't confused by the existence of Jews. But yeah, then you learn like, oh yeah, so Jews are just... They're not in this part of England. And it's like, we just don't have Jews. Why is that then? And yeah, it was just like a thing. Well, I didn't see one for so long, and even now, every time I see a Jew, it's a very rare sighting. Like, I see 3 Jews a year or something. And they're mostly on planes and stuff like that. And it's just like, I would love to sit down and... I guess I'm speaking Orthodox maybe, like with the hat and the suit. They wear like a suit and a hat always, right? I'm not sure if that's a specific type of Jew. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why. I wish I saw more Jews. I would love to speak to a Jew I would love to speak to a Jewish person. I love to like... I find it fascinating to speak to religious people about what they think about their own religion, because you know they usually have interesting things to say. That they're usually like pretty in 2019 especially. Like religious people are usually pretty softcore about it. Like, oh yeah, you know, I vaguely believe there's a guy somewhere that does some things, and yeah, those are my beliefs. It's quite simple actually. I know I find at least slightly interesting that whole thing. I've heard the I didn't see a black person till XXX a million times for Europeans. Very interesting. Also, my Xbox 360 is dead. I can't play Minecraft, says Caten Dingo. Oh, that sucks, Mr. Caten Dingo. I would recommend. Obviously, you know, you're in the Mexico, and if this was an easy thing, you wouldn't be sad about it. But definitely make an upgrade that way. So, can I, you know, maybe this is interesting to everyone else. Maybe this is, like, what's it called? Anti-Semitism? But I don't believe it is. But something that I found fascinating is there's a lot of towns in England. There's, like, a fair few number of them. That their whole, like, whenever they needed to finance money, because Jews have historically been richer than, like, you know, as a group, not as individuals. As a group, Jewish people are historically richer than their non-Jewish counterparts. Again, we're talking like hundreds of years ago. So if you needed to finance money, you could often borrow it from the local Jewish people. Even though like you might be like very publicly anti-Jewish, you could also be very privately like, oh yeah, but we keep on throwing that money our way. And so there's a lot of towns where eventually they borrow too much money, and then it's kind of like the Iron Bank in Game of Thrones, where they'd be like, we would like our money back, and they would say, well, now you're kicked out of town. And yeah, maybe that's interesting to you. Maybe it's not. We got some. Okay, I had a lot of anti-Jewish. You're not that. Okay, well let's not talk about that anymore. Apparently, there is a lot of people. This is why we can't have nice things. Apparently. So yeah, someone said that they're from America and they thought it's interesting that a lot of European countries like hadn't seen a black person to Ajax. Even in Eastern Europe to this day, if you go to Bulgaria or Poland or there's so many countries where it's 99% white, and you know, again, I always want to clarify that's not a bad thing. You know, I wouldn't say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a thing. Like how saying when it's hot somewhere, that's not a bad thing. That's temperature preference, you know. In the same way, there are some places where it's just, you know, that like they didn't have waves of, you know, they didn't have colonies. They aren't highly industrialized. You know, the wages aren't so high. So there's not a big pull factor, and therefore it's just mostly the same thing. I think it's interesting. Honestly, my religion is female toy cat. I would worship female toy cat if I was given the choice. That's for sure. I need to find somewhere I can just mine uninhibited in a line. Let's do that actually. You know, let's just mine straight forwards until we can't mine no more. That sounds like a great idea. Because I think this big tunnel. Yeah, let's just do that. You know, I've got a shulker box. So I can keep on just chugging and chugging and chugging. Let's just mine in a straight line. Hey, that rhymes. For some good amount of time. Oh, I have so much stone, I just realized, by the way. Like, all of these chests are full of it. I'm going to place so much stone in my nether. It's going to be great. I want to see double man toy cat. Like, use the beard filter. Oh, is there a version of the girl filter that turns... Like, I didn't realize that was a... I thought it was just the same filter that did the same thing. But you can put a guy filter on a guy. Also, female toy cat should be obsidian because she's hard to get. Hey, I love that. Okay, Mr. Jaylon, that's officially it now. Obsidian is female toy cat because she's hard to get. She's not unobtainable, but she is hard to get. If anyone can beat that, then that's a thing. But yeah, we'll be playing the toy cat texture pack tomorrow, and it'll probably be slightly updated based on these high quality ideas that are definitely gonna make it in there. It just gives me a beard. Oh, it's just there's just a beard. Yeah, so I don't have Snapchat. I mean, I have it for the sake of making these pictures. But yeah, I don't actually have Snapchat. But if you have any Snapchat pro tips for me, now's the time. I feel like such an old man sometimes. I'm like, I don't understand the Snapchats. What's the deal with all of that? It never really makes any sense to me. Oh, for some reason, my YouTube thing has been logging out this entire time. I'd be fascinated to know why. Like, maybe there's some terrible things going down my YouTube account right now. But, yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Apparently a lot of people have been popping in to say hi. I appreciate that. Oh, look, we're coming close to 1,092,000 subscribers. Guys, this has always been my dream. I don't understand Snapchat. I'm only at 27. Well, the way age works is anyone who's older than you is basically dead, and anyone younger than you is basically a child. So, as you're 27, you're about to die, as far as I'm concerned. Like, you should start planning for your funeral. Like, yeah, I hope you have a will written. Actually, you know, I think like late 20s is where you should get a will written, right? But that's not a fun thing to discuss. But yeah, basically, to try and stay on some point. My literally almost 80-year-old grandparents use Snapchat. Well, you know, that makes me feel even worse about my lack of understanding. But it's fine. That's okay. I don't understand Snapchat. I'm 17. Honestly, I think there are just some social medias that fit some people's personalities better, right? Because I was thinking about it, like, Twitter has this really interesting effect where I think Twitter is the most political of all the social media. I hate the Twitter is so, like, you know, like, you follow someone and then they start posting their thoughts about some random event that they wouldn't care about if they didn't see a tweet about it. Like, for something about Twitter makes people more political than they are in other social media. Something about Snapchat makes people, you know, like, I don't know. It's not, I don't know what the polite way to put this is. So, you know how people say, if you don't have anything polite to say, don't say anything at all? I'll just do that. I just won't say anything at all. But, like, there's a certain user that Snapchat can attract. Not everyone on Snapchat is that certain type of user. But, do not subscribe to him, says Lincoln Fawcett. You know, Lincoln Fawcett, I disagree. I disagree. Where did you get the cat shirt? I want it, says Alex. So I'm about to lie to you right now, but it's okay because I'm about to tell you that I'm about to lie to you. And lying is only not okay if you don't tell people you're about to lie to them. So I got this shirt from streamlabs.com/toycat. Link in the description. So many great shirts available, including this one. That's a lie. But it's okay. I'm telling you I'm lying to you. So it's a-okay that I'm about to do it. Like, you might think, oh, Toycat, don't be lying to me. It's okay. I'm telling you right now that I'm lying to you. And therefore there's no issues. But yeah, so Twitter is super political. And it's annoying because, like, Twitter is also the best social media for sharing, like, you have a small thought or a small, like, Twitter is a bite-sized social media. Like, I had to ride my scooter a little bit weird today because I had a drink from McDonald's and it's a two-handed thing. I got to post a picture on Twitter, and you know, you get to see that little bite-sized chunk of reality, and also it's permanent. Snapchat's the same. It's bite-sized reality, but it goes away soon, so, like, you know, therefore it's more susceptible to some questionable behavior, perhaps you could describe it as. Facebook is the kind of, like, you know, it's the place where everyone goes to check up on people. It's got Messenger as, like, oh man, we have to get rid of this lava somehow. But it has Messenger as a thing that's, like, you know, attached into it. So everyone's there, but kind of unwantingly. So, like, you know, it's always going to be the default contact method, but it's not the cool one. It's kind of it's like speaking to your parents, you know, like, you can have an interesting conversation with your parents, but, you know, if you can have a conversation with someone else right now, you wouldn't say no. Like, every social media has, like, a personality, and it has something it invokes in its users. And I don't know why that is. Also, I work for Blockworks, says Multiple Gamer. I saw a dude earlier in some comments who was like, my dad works for Mojave, and he confirmed the next update is a cave update. I should make a video just based on, like, terrible comments. Like, you know, how other YouTubers make their videos. No sources. Just, oh yeah, this is a thing. That happened. Just joined. Did you find any diamonds yet? Honestly, so I was making a tunnel to the end portal, and then we kind of got a bit sidetracked. Like, I think I will find diamonds in here somewhere, but I haven't found them yet. No, I haven't found them yet. But I think we'll find diamonds today. Like, just because we're mining so much stone, like, just the sheer amount we're mining, should be really useful. Fun fact, the first plane was invented 20... I don't know why. That's... Okay, you know what? Happy Crafter, can you explain to me why you've been spamming that on stream? Like, this is your moment, Happy Crafter 156. If you just explain to me why it is that you think... Why that's been non-stop. From start to finish, too, every minute. Hello, what is the long tunnel, says Jacob Rye. I have a lot of long tunnels in this world. This particular long tunnel is because I want a long like connection underground so I can know where's where. But in general, the long tunnel from the big project that we're working on, that's because that's because of the fact that I am like I wanted a link from my overworld to the stronghold. That doesn't involve going through the nether, because the nether's the fastest way. But sometimes you're not near a portal or you don't want to go through the nether. You know, there are reasons not to want to use the nether. It's just a fun fact I learned, nothing important about it. But why have you been spamming it all stream? Like, you know, I read it out, so you're not even telling me. You're just like, you know, this is my one thing. This is all I have going for me. You removed my fun fact about the plane being made 15 years after the light bulb, 24 years after the light bulb. I'm nothing. I'm worthless about it. Is that how it is? If so, you know, I feel you. That's how we all feel sometimes, right? Like, without my British accent and my ability to drink iron brew, what am I? What am I? Side note, by the way, this is my pro tip that a lot of people miss. But if you're ever if you ever put like fruit in a drink, always eat the fruit afterwards. You might think, oh no, that's my drink fruit, but it always tastes so good because it's been soaked by the drink. So I have some iron brew strawberries right here. Again, you can see them in there. These were just made to like make the drink look fancy and maybe add like 1% flavor. But now, as a fun result, I get to eat some fruit. Mmm. Actually, that's horrific. You know what? I'm going to pretend that it sticks my point, though. That it's really good. Oh, so good. That's a thing I only know because I follow IVX Toycat's advice religiously. Oh, also, yeah, you can get amazing mugs at streamlabs.com/Toycat, including a Toycat Stair mug. Haven't you already said this pro tip? I think sometimes it's good to repeat things. Like, the value of repetition, I learned this in English class, like 10 years ago now, like 9 years ago now, like a very long time ago now. But repetition is one of the most valuable ways you can make a point. Because any information that you repeat is clearly important information, so it sticks with the end user for longer. That's not the reason I do it, I just do it because, you know, I forgot I said it before. But repetition, even if you do it accidentally, repetition is a valuable tool. And don't let anyone tell you that it's not. Because it definitely is. Toycat, more like freaking snack. I am just a snack, eh? I learned what snack meant recently, but I've entirely forgot about it. No, I am responses, it's meme lord. Honestly, I wish I had more, like, chill sponsors on YouTube that are just like, oh yeah, here, do this. So, like, the sponsor I had earlier, I've had so many comments saying, oh, Toycat, you got this thing wrong. And it's like, I didn't know. They told me it was correct, and they said you have to read it out in the video. So I was like, well, it must be factually true if you're requiring it to be said. Like, you can't force me to say something that's not right. Apparently, you know, a lot of people don't think that the first robot game on mobile was Robo Rage. And yeah, because of that like stressful experience, it's just like, oh man, I wish things were nicer. I wish that I wish a company was just like, hey, here's some money, drink iron brew. Don't worry about the rest. It's cool. Like that's what I want in life, you know. That's all I want in life. So can you eat Kit Kats? Says Ben Nick. Kit Kats is my friend. I will not be eating her. Thank you very much. If she's not here today, so it's less. You know, I'm sure everyone who's like a stream regular gets that, but you might just be like, you know what, you can't. You just refer to Kit Kats as a she. I don't imagine what you're doing with those chocolate bars late at night, but I imagine it's not good. I'm just real quick gonna respond to something. Just gonna say Gotta send out the message. Anyway, when I get my sarsaparilla off the ground, I'll sponsor you. I wish I liked sarsaparilla. Like, when it comes to flavors, I can like a nice complex flavor, but like generally speaking, I love simple, strong, powerful flavors. Like, hey, it's an orange drink. It tastes like orange, and you know, oh yeah, it tastes like orange, and it's strong. That's all we need. Just came from the club. What did I miss? By club, do you mean like a music, you know, like a dancing blah, blah, club? Because if so, it's probably a concerning indictment, the fact that I've been streaming so long that you can come back from the club and still find me here. And if that is the case, let's go pick up all our shulker boxes actually. Like now that we finished this more or less, I would say. Let's remove this as well. Let's go ahead. Let's put all of our shulker boxes away, or in the nether at least, so we can be ready for our next kind of big project. Oh, also, thank you very much for all the other super chats. Beat Minecraft using only wooden/leather tools, please. I could totally do that. It'd be really easy, because I've basically proven it's possible before. I just sometimes wonder, like, if I've basically done something before, but harder, should I do it, but easier? And I don't know what the answer to that is. You know, I'm going to check all the super chats, just to make sure I didn't miss one. I've got a big page here. Oh, no, we didn't miss any. Hey, also, thank you, Freedom and Conservatism, for the Australian $2. Oh, you're from Australia. Australia, as they say in Australia. But yeah, we're going to now remove these blocks. Just make sure this tunnel is, like, somewhat consistent in its length. Hi, just came here. Have you found anything yet? Also, I'm a big fan since only 300 subscribers. I don't believe you on that second point, but thank you so much for coming over, saying hello. We weren't really aiming to find something more than just like to do some stuff. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Honestly, I've been liking streaming a lot recently. It seems like it's been helping a lot of people as well. And I'll never be able to commit to a regular stream schedule. But I want to use some time in this stream just to be like, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who's tuned out today. Tuned in. It really should be tuned in, because tuned out's like, oh, you tuned out from a message. But I want to put a little message out here now and say, if you like these streams and want to see more of them in the future, then the best way is to follow me on Twitter. Because if you follow on YouTube, you usually will get notified, but it seems to be so hit and miss on that one. But if you want to guarantee... Also, why are these these wandering traders spawn everywhere to the degree where I just have llamas all over my world. It's a real problem. I have money, and here you go now. Say re. Just for you, I will say re. That didn't feel good. That didn't feel good at all. It is tuned in. I mean, I kind of like... I know it is tuned in. You're my all-time favorite Minecraft streamer. I was watching back in 2015, and I came back a few months ago. Yeah, it seems as though a lot of people kind of left in the Minecraft Xbox to Bedrock switch. Like, when was that? Like late 2016, late 2017 maybe? Yeah, I think it was late 2017. But like even before then, it was kind of rough. I love your stream schedule, says Grip Sotar. I wish, I know that like I would be a much better, bigger streamer if I had a consistent schedule I stuck to all the time. But I really like that it's like, oh yeah, well I'm not, you know, I would have more fun if I didn't stream today. I'd have more fun if I did stream, even though I streamed yesterday and will stream tomorrow. Let's go for 3 days in a row or whatever. And I have a lot of fun with the schedule as it exists. I think it works well on YouTube right now, but if you want to guarantee you watch these even when YouTube decides that its time has passed, then I recommend following me on Twitter. And I say this like all the time, like, if you don't have a Twitter, you might think, well, I'm not a Twitter guy. Like, I would say sign up for Twitter. You don't have to just like have one just for me. You know, I'd appreciate it. That's cool. But I would say sign up for Twitter because you can also get access to so many any YouTube you watch. I guarantee I don't know a single YouTuber who doesn't have a Twitter, and the Twitter is all the things in between videos. If a YouTuber posts one video a week, they probably post tweets every single day. If a YouTuber posts every day, like a certain cat on the internet, then you can see like, oh, what have we been up to today? I almost fell off my scooter today. I basically almost died. Like for real, if I'd have fallen off the other way, I'd have fallen into traffic and been dead. You know, near-death experience of Toy Cat. But no, yeah, like as well as that, it's the best way to, like, if you turn on Twitter notifications, it shows you every tweet. There's no way on YouTube to guarantee you'll see every video. If you want to guarantee you'll see that, you know, notifications usually helps, but even then, it's like it always kind of flips. If you want to guarantee you see something, a notification on every other platform means notify me every time. And if you want to guarantee you see every stream, turn on tweet notifications. You get a lot of other tweets, like just ignore those, swipe those away, but then you'll know when a stream's about to happen. Gonna be honest, YouTube kept recommending your videos, and I never bothered because you looked like another generic Minecraft YouTuber, but after giving you a chance, I found out I liked your stuff. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the modern age of my channel, I would say. By the way, this is my tunnel I'm running through right now, if you want to see the entire thing. But, yeah, the modern age of the channel basically is like, oh yeah, we do super well on YouTube's recommended, like we seem to kill it over on there. And then when people expect one thing, they get a different thing, and then that leads to people subscribing. Like the 100... Oh, it just went down. I won't mention it again. I looked at it and it went down. What even is Twitter? It's a great social media site where you can follow your favorite YouTubers. No, it's so Twitter used to be like super short, 140 character tweets, just 140 characters, right? And then it kind of upped and upped and upped and upped. Veritastic made a good video about that. Oh yeah, I really liked the Veritastic video. It basically explained what I've been trying to say for a really long time, but in like a really nicely packaged format. Like I recommend it, in fact. Like after this, if you wanna know why YouTubers don't have any influence over their subscribers. Subscribing doesn't, like, it's good. It means subscribing gives you the power. Well, subscribing doesn't give me the power. It gives YouTube the power, and to some extent, it gives the power to you. It gives YouTube the power in your name. You know, like that's the rough goal. By the way, do you like my big? This is gonna be filled with track later. I just want to kind of show you now. But yeah, if you want to guarantee you see something, you don't want YouTube to have the power. You want to have the power yourself. And the only way to guarantee you have the power is with other social media, which is a shame, but it's also like, you know, that's YouTube's thing. YouTube does really well. I want to say it's the second biggest site in the world. Wait, one sec. Well, website rankings. Website rankings world. So in the world, if the top 10 websites, you'd be pretty shocked. I think Google owns 1 and 2, actually. So google.com is the #1 most visited site on the internet. YouTube.com is the second most visited site on the internet. Facebook is the third. Baidu is the fourth, which is the Chinese search engine equivalent. Wikipedia is the fifth. And then down at 10th, we've got Amazon. So, yeah, YouTube is the second most visited site on the internet. They not only get a lot of people to visit, but they keep people on for a really long time. They have some engineering that makes it, you know, they know what they're doing, right? What a massive, big, gargantuan tunnel. I'm glad you like it, Backblade Gaming CX. But yeah, for now you've seen the entire tunnel. I'm going to go place all of this stone into the nether, because if you don't know, I'm working on a big project. I don't want to spoil it, because I've shown it off so many times. Like, I don't want to spoil it, because I'm going to make a video eventually, and I don't want to, like, everyone to be bored of it before it even happens. But just to give you a little teaser of what I've been working on recently, I've been trying to grow a little bit of grass. So yeah, one of the reasons I need so much stone is because I'm working on this thing over there. But yeah, I'll talk about all of that, what's going on there. But I need a lot of stone for the ceiling and stuff. So yeah, that's a thing that will be happening. But for now, let's just place our stone up here. So another shulker box filled with stone. There's shulker boxes everywhere, but that's totally fine. And yeah, thank you everyone who came out to today's stream. If you want to see more, follow on Twitter. I always recommend it. If you just want to see the next stream whenever it's recommended to you, that's cool too. I love you regardless of how you found this stream, as long as you love me. And if you don't love me, then I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you don't love me, then you ain't worth my time. If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Am I right? No, that's terrible. If anyone ever says that to you, by the way, that's like a warning sign. Just a bit of a heads up for you. Thank you very much for watching today's live stream. Thank you everyone for coming out and for subscribing and or super chatting, and you know, people are just wonderful today. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in a future stream. Bye. Someone said I like your nose, and I can't get over that, like... Should I be self-conscious about it? Is my nose big? Is it small? Is it the right size? Look what you've done to me. I'm so bad at ending streams. I just don't do it. I just can't. I literally am unable to hit the end button. I'm like 5 more seconds. I'm like addicted. I'm like, no, I just need a little bit more attention. Just a little bit more. Okay, goodbye.